Hey guys, welcome back to The Button Press. I'm still Sasha, this is still Amnesia. This is part 28, I think.
Powerful. Not the way I hoped for. I've done all that I can to escape this prison. But now, I use all my strength merely to stay alive.
This is still Agrippa.
My pupil, Johann Weyer, said he found a way to take me with him.
He's very chatty.
On the stars.
I don't want to interrupt him.
I was too afraid to come along. Seriously. And now, all I can do is regret it.
I feel like all I can do right now is kind of the polite thing of just keep backing up, hoping that the guy's gonna get the picture at some point. Okay, well. It had occurred to me between episodes that I had fixed that little bit of machinery. You remember there was those sort of cogs over there-ish, right by Agrippa. And, well, yeah, now there's a gear in place, and that probably has something to do with these switches that I walked past and never thought of again. So we're headed up these stairs to go see what that does. I'm a little bit on the fence about that cog that I put back in place back there. It seemed like such an inconsequential little thing. And yet it might actually have been like a really big deal in terms of what is necessary for continuing in this game. I don't know, I got a, I don't know, kind of a bland feeling about it. I feel like for all of the machinery that we've played around with already, that kind of thing should have been a little bit more impressive or a little bit more, I don't know, noticeable. But yeah, we'll see if this actually did any damn thing at all. At this point, we're a little, We're a little low on options. That seems to have done something. Alright, so if I... Oh, come on, come... Do I need a different... well, okay. Sure. Is there a door here? There was never a door here. I'd really want to close a door, but, you know. Ah, yes. I really like that mechanic, though, to change the topic. I really like something, and that is that I feel better when I've done something. It really, I don't know, something about... I mean, it's true when you think about it. Wait a minute. Was this... Was, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Everything's a little bit different now, isn't it? This... I thought there was only... Maybe it's just my memory that's gone silly. It seems to me that only two of these doors actually did anything. Okay, so that was the machine room. This one doesn't budge. Yes. So I guess the other one alright, maybe I'm just remembering badly. That's fine. Just as long as it's not gonna bite me in the ass later. Now we're gonna have to find out what those machines did.
You have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Uh-huh. In the ongoing dialogue between Daniel and Alexander, it seems like Alexander's finally going to start, being active. Ugh. Oh, spiders. There's spiders all over the damn place. They were not there before. Is that what Alexander is capable of doing now? Summoning arachnids. Oh, jeez. Stupid fucking spiders. Can we begin to, expect more monster appearances then? I feel like I ought to prepare myself for more monster, experiences. I mean, Mr. Alexander with Mr. Deep Voice starts saying, hey, I'm gonna start involving myself.
Good going. I knew you could do it.
Thanks, buddy. Okay, yeah, I thought that was gonna be, the result. So there wasn't anything much that we could do over in the chancel area. At least by first appearances. But now... Did you hear that? I heard that. Yep. Oh, Mr. Liquidator, are you in here? I'm not jumping in here, actually. That's a dumb idea. It seems like something ought to be at the end of that. I'm probably correct. If I do something with this, if I sidestep a bit. Okay. How about the other way? Oh, good. There's nothing at the other end. You know, it's one of those things that you never wish that you wish is never going to happen, but this would be the game where that happens, isn't it? I didn't accidentally pull up the liquidator, did I? I'd probably be dead if that was the case. There's a pipe.
Who are you to question me?
What? I'm gonna give it to him. The game seems to have amazing timing with the dialogue. Transept. I'm gonna light this over here. I'm not gonna go in there just yet. I'm glad I know now that there is a new zone, but there's another door over here that I'm gonna check out.
How are things coming? I've always hoped Vaya would return and give me a second chance. But so does Alexander. That's why he keeps me here, as a hostage, hoping Vaya will reveal himself.
Oh. This time it was interesting. Thank you for sharing. I don't know how you knew I was coming back through there. Maybe you heard me walking. Mr. Dead but still living, no jaw, still telling me the time of day, Agrippa. This place needs more light. This torch needs more torch. Oh, there you go. Okay, good. That looks like a door to another zone. The entrance to the choir. And what is in this door over here? I can see there's an item right there. I can see there's an item right there. Come on, door. That closed a little too quick. No need. Let's see. Laudanum. Ooh. Agrippa channels Vaya. Vaya taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such a lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part with Agrippa, as he is and has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Centuries, eh? Jeez. Well, Vaya claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige. But how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? Shouldn't that have been structured like a question? There should be a question mark there. I know what they are capable of, and I have seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Vire told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and a tampter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be fertile grounds for this sort. I should be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. I can just imagine the little calendar app on whoever's cell phone. Whoever's writing this. Probably Alexander. Maybe it's Daniel. Tampter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling Cairnk? How do you pronounce that? I'll have to address Vaya with this, as he will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Okay, well, we know there's a well somewhere about. Oh, hello, hieroglyphs. I did not see you there. It's been a while since we've seen a desk like that, too. Let's see. Is there anything up here? Doesn't appear that way. Let's put you over here. This is gonna look suspicious that if I ever have to come back in here. Yeah. Hey, I recognize the desk and I thought there might have been something like this inside. In court, the Order of the Black Eagle spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. How emo. Is that emo? I don't know. That was just the first thing that came to mind. Gosh. So Alexander's been about for a while. It's not exactly sure how long that is, but he does mention centuries. It's kind of a long time, man. That's it. That brings an interesting question, though. If you could be immortal for all of that amount of time, how would you stay friggin' sane? Let's see. Okay, we got 2 zones. We already found a zone over there. And there's almost no question that I'm gonna have to get into both zones. So let's begin with the one that I found first.
Something else.
I'm sure you'll think of something.
Incredible. You found Vile's recipe. That there might still be a chance. Listen carefully. Alexander is working on opening a gate, a door to another realm. It's where he wants to go. If you could put your anger aside, let him open the portal before you take your revenge. Let me pass the gate then. Please, find the ingredients and prepare the tonic via describes. And do so before you assemble the orb. The barrier keeping you from the inner sanctum will only be breached for a short time. Unless everything is taken care of before mending the orb, you won't be able to save me.
Interesting. Well, I wonder if this is kind of a side quest, considering the other thing that we wanted to do. We're here primarily to find Alexander, as incorporeal as he appears to sometimes be, as immortal as he sometimes appears to be, and kill him. Carefully cutting the man open made him think. This is how Father must feel about his craft. Being an artisan, relying on one's skill to perform something so delicate, grants a certain form of pride. That's what he thought. Oh, what was the name of this place again? Transept? Oh, that's creep. This is all creep. All of it. Yep. Got a spiral staircase. I love spiral staircases. I don't have any reason, I don't have any reason to. Is this a trap? I don't have any reason to believe it's a trap. It could just...
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one. Prepare him.
Let's just try it. No? Okay. Man, oh man. This looks awful. There's a light up there. There's a light over by those doors. There are 3 doors. That's the one I came from. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to remember. This room is long, and the door at the far end is my way out. Is Daniel having trouble going upstairs, or is there a technique thing that I'm missing? Ooh. Alexander's back, is he? This is a pretty weird spot for putting art, but I guess you have to put something there. I agree. Ooh. Fancy. Let us remember a little bit of our safety. Let us remember that we must value our safety. It seems like a good spot. I don't know. There's no hiding spot. Maybe this is a bad place for trying to attack me. However, Aha! 2 for 2. Is it you, my love, I miss the most, or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I am a monster to them, a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. I wonder... hello? String. String's always useful. I was wondering something. Perhaps I'll come back to it. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I have figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans have all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem, but it will also hinder the effect I am after. The right steps to take are, therefore, to restrain the victim while the victim is still dazed. Pardon me. Proceed by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply. There should be a space right here. That's an easy bug to fix. And then to continue with the actual act. Yes. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks, to let the body settle. Also, you need to pee at some point too, don't you? If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. You probably are talking about adrenaline. Let's call it vitae for the time being. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. It's a funny word, naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink, capital A, and try again later. Curious. Are we going to find Alexander's day planner in here? It seems like a good spot for it. I'm looking at my timer. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut it short here. Thank you for joining us, folks. In the next chapter, we're going to continue discovering more about... I forget what the name of this place was called. This really terrible torture spot. See you soon, favorites.